Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Knife Chats with Tobias. Okay, just about every time I do a video on a StoneWorx knife, or just about any knife these days, a guy named Pete from Jersey Knife Guy asks, "Hey Tobias, when you going to show the RR2407, the locking Sowbelly?" And well, it's time to show the RR2407, the locking Sowbelly in the StoneWorx lineup. This is a pretty cool knife, especially for the StoneWorx series, because like a couple other knives that just came out in this next generation of StoneWorx knives, this is a new pattern in the series. And that's what I really do like to see. I mean, other than another large toothpick, but the fact that this is a new pattern, a new series, or a new pattern in the series, that makes it pretty cool. Now, I don't know how many of these locking Sowbellys Rough Ryder has done. It isn't a pattern I have been collecting. There might be a couple other ones out there. If they are, chances are they got a big R on the bolster, and that's why I didn't pick it up. The cool thing about this one is, well, it's got that bend like in a Sowbelly, at least partially like a Sowbelly. It seems that it's got this part of the bend, but this end down here is more or less straight. So in theory, this is closer to a bent jack than a Sowbelly, but let's face it, what sounds better, bent jack or locking Sowbelly, or Sowbelly Lockback? I think Sowbelly Lockback sounds better than a bent jack. In any case, pretty cool knife, and I do like the way it is lined up. I would have liked to have seen a different color here in the white mother of pearl, but what you got is you've got your red jasper, and then you've got the looks like black lip mother of pearl, white mother of pearl, and then abalone in the middle. You've got the keystone in the middle there. But if you see here, it definitely has a wonderful bend in there. In any case, you got the nice keystone going in there. And then you've got slanted bolsters on here too, which is pretty cool. They're slanted, and like all knives in the StoneWorx series, you have a pinch on the bolster and a single ring, or a thread, whichever way you want to call it. You have the nickel silver spacers in between the stones, and you've got a lockback on here. And if you can see there, you got the brass liners. And there you go. You can see these stones are lined up quite well. Blade alignment is pretty decent here. This one is favoring the backside ever so slightly. Got a little bit of push in there when it's all the way down. And obviously, because this is a lockback, they were smart enough not to go ahead and put a half stop in it, which would be superfluous with a locking knife. And you got the nice lock there. Got the swedge for all the swedge fans in there, and like every other Rough Ryder StoneWorx knife, it is in the 440B there. So 440B, RR2407, and made in China. Lock is really solid. You've got a good bend in the hand going in the back side there. So it's, you know, it is like a Sowbelly. Feels pretty good there, like so. Yeah, like so too. If you want to choke up, you could choke up a little bit. I don't see a reason to, but you could choke up right into there. But you got a really strong lock going on here. And just a nice looking shape all around too. If you're into Sowbellys, you're really going to like this a lot. Now, it's a little bit bigger than your standard Sowbelly, at least in length. This is your standard size Sowbelly. This one is in the tortoiseshell series. This is an older tortoiseshell one. You can tell by the Rough Ryder horseshoe round shield going on there. But this is your standard size of a Sowbelly. You know, your 3-blade Sowbelly. Definitely a longer knife. This comes in right at, I think, 3 3/4 inches for a Sowbelly. But this actually comes in closer to 4 1/8 inches or so, which is closer in length to that of a trapper. So here's your standard trapper, 4 1/8 inches long. You put that against it, and Matter of fact, it might be just a hint longer, just a little like sniff longer than your standard trapper. However, if you notice here, it is slimmer than your standard trapper, and obviously also slimmer than your standard Sowbelly, because both of those knives are two-layer knives, and this is just a single layer with the locking blade. Now, of interest though, when you open this up, you got a blade that is just over 3 inches long. Can you see that right there? It is just a smidge over 3 inches. Probably close enough to, pretend it's 3 inches long. Obviously, the cutting edge is much shorter, 2 5/8 of an inches long, which means that I believe that clip blade is shorter than your typical. Yeah, it's shorter than what you would have on your typical trapper, which comes in closer to 3 and almost 3.5 inches, 3 3/8 of an inch or so. You can see the difference there in length. Definitely a shorter blade than what you find on your trappers. See there, definitely shorter. But it is longer than what you have on your typical Sowbelly. So you've got a longer blade than what you have on a Sowbelly. It's right in the middle between the two. But the cool thing is this is a locking blade, which is a big plus for a lot of people. A lot of people love those locking blades. The fact that you've got this straight here and then it curves a little bit, it feels good in the hand. You can get your full 4 fingers on there. At least I can. I know some other people will not be able to. In some ways, it is similar to, you know what knife we're talking about, a bow trapper, but it doesn't have nearly the bend that you have in the bow trapper. So you've got a much straighter knife, and I actually like this a lot more than the bow trapper with the over-exaggerated bend in the blade. That does allow you to put a bigger clip blade in the single-bladed bow trapper. I wish the StoneWorx would have had a single-bladed bow trapper, but it's got the two-bladed one. We'll let that go at this point. All in all, I really do kind of dig this. It's really nice. I like the layout of the stones. If anything, what I would have liked to have seen in the stones, or if they were to ever come out with another one, I would really kind of love to see this with like the blue stone on the outside and maybe a green stone in the middle, something a little bit different, mix it up a little bit. Or if this would have had the white mother of pearl replaced with the yellow. Got enough red and white and blue out there. It would have been nice to see the Yellowstone here with the red. By Yellowstone, I'm talking about the yellow jasper you see right there. I think these colors would have looked really nice on this. Not this is bad. I'm sure a lot of people are going to like this too. But for some reason, I would have liked to have seen some yellow in there as well. Nice though, really nice blade, really well made. Every StoneWorx knife that I have gotten from them has been really solid, very well made. I could do without the swedge, but I know the swedge people out there are really going to like the swedge on this one. It's nice and thin and nice and long. You've got the match strike pull, which is right in the center of that swedge, which is also kind of cool. And you've got a really good hollow grind. You can definitely feel the hollow grind in this blade. All in all, just a really terrific knife, and I hope to see more of these Sowbelly lockbacks. I think this is a really nice pattern. I can see why Jersey Knife Guy likes it. This is kind of a pattern that would be right up his alley. It's almost like the way the blade drops into there and everything, it is almost like a copperhead, but not quite a copperhead. And I'm sure that is one of the reasons why he kind of digs it too. But yeah, this is a pretty cool one. I really like it. I think they did a great job with it. Finish on it was terrific. All in all, just a really nice addition to the StoneWorx series. And like I said, I hope to see more of these coming out of Rough Ryder. The Sowbelly Lockback in 4 1/8 inches. Really good pattern. I like it. Let me take just a second to thank you once again for dropping by and spending a few minutes here at Knife Chats with Tobias. I really do appreciate it, and I do appreciate any comments that you leave. So please remember to give me that thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you'll know when the next episode is up and running. Thanks again for dropping by. Really do appreciate your time here.